HTML setup, and the basic CSS started here, so we'll go ahead and start adding code to that. So our container is going to be a grid, so it'll be display grid. We'll just give it like grid gap of 5 pixels. So that's going to be the space in between our items or other divs that we'll place inside here. Grid template columns. So we are making a 12 column grid, so we'll say repeat, and within parentheses we'll say 12 comma 1 fraction or 1 FR. So this will create 12 columns. Basically it's going to divide the screen into 12 equal columns, so like each will be 1 fraction, so you'll have 12 fractions on the screen. And then we will set up the row, so grid template rows, and for now we can just like set it up something as like 100 pixels, 600 pixel, 100 pixel. So we have a grid which has 12 columns which are equal in width, and then it has 3 rows. The top row is 100 pixel, the middle row is 600 pixels, and the bottom row is 100 pixels. Okay, so now we can like start going to each of these and then start adding, you know, like how far each of these would go. So like header, we want it to go like grid column start. So you want it to start with 1, and then we want grid column end. So we want it to end in the last one, so you can put in 12, or as we learned last time, you can also just say -1, because if you start counting in reverse, the last line there would be -1. So we will also, let me fix, I had like a typo here. We will also add padding again so that all the boxes start showing up. So padding is going to be 10 pixels. I'm just keeping the code separate, so like this is kind of like my grid, and this is like the regular code in here. And I also want whatever I type in there to show up in the middle, so text align center. And I can basically copy this padding and text align and paste that for all of my divs. So now all my styles have padding of 10 pixels and text align is center. So my aside grid column start, want to start it at 1. Grid column end. So I want it to go on for like 3 columns, so 3. actually that'll be 2 columns because it'll be the third line. So 3, and then for content, again the same thing, grid column start. So this is gonna start where the aside ends, so that will start from the third grid line. And then grid column end -1 because it's going to go till the end. So again, header starts from the first line, it goes on till the last line, so that's why -1 is the end. Then we have aside starts from grid line 1, goes on till grid line 3. Content starts from 3, goes on till -1. And the footer is going to be the same as the header, so it'll start, from the beginning. And then it's going to go on till the end. So that's going to be -1. Okay, so we'll save that. We'll go to our code. We'll just add some text in here. So header, aside, content, footer, save, and preview. So that's our layout. So we have header on top, aside, content, and then we have this gap in here. So this is 5-pixel gap for our grid, and then the footer. So one of the things we still have to fix is we do get this like white space up on top and left, so we will reset that. But before we go and do that, I'm just going to stop here so that you guys can catch up.